In just 7 seconds, your nafs can force you into doing something wrong. It can make you miss the Fajr prayer in just a 7-second. Even after looking at something haram once, it can force you to look at it a second time in just 7 seconds. Or imagine you're not even hungry. Extra food would only harm your health, yet your eyes create a hunger that pushes you to overeat, to indulge. Now the question is, can you control this nafs? Is there any way? Dear viewers, in Surah Yusuf, verse 53, Allah the Almighty says, "Indeed, the nafs, soul, constantly commands towards evil, except those upon whom my Lord has mercy." But do you know? In Islam, there are powerful ways through which you can completely control your nafs. In today's video, I will share with you 5 effective methods, not only to control your nafs, but to bring a positive change in your life. You will become confident and successful. Do you know that simply by controlling hunger, waking up for Fajr, practicing simplicity, showing kindness to others and lowering your gaze, you can actually gain victory over your nafs? Every point in this video will open a new path in every part of your life. That's why I urge you to watch till the end, because this is a life-changing video. Dear viewers, today we'll talk about a battle, one that each of us fights every single day. A battle against our own desires. It's that voice inside that whispers, pushing us toward quick and empty pleasures. It's what makes us give in to the comfort of our bed and miss Fajr. It's what tempts our eyes to wander toward things we should never see. Indecent, forbidden things. In Islam, the nafs means our inner self, our soul. It is that part of us which can either lead us to righteousness or drag us towards sin. Allah has made this very clear in the Qur'an. Now, dear viewers, how would it be if I tell you 5 practical and powerful ways, insha'Allah, that will not only help you fight your nafs, but also control it? The first method: eat only to satisfy hunger. Imagine before you a plate full of delicious food, with aromas driving you crazy. Your nafs whispers, "Finish the whole plate." Even if you are not hungry, keep eating. Your success lies in finishing this. Your satisfaction is in consuming it all. This is how your nafs deceives you. But remember, this is the very moment when your self-control is tested. Our beloved Prophet ﷺ gave us a beautiful example of moderation. He said, "A few morsels are enough for the son of Adam to keep his back straight. If not, then let him fill 1/3 of his stomach with food, 1/3 with water, and leave 1/3 for air." This hadith reminds us that practicing self-control at mealtimes is not only necessary for physical health, but also essential for spiritual strength. When you refuse to surrender to your hunger, this habit strengthens you in other areas of life too. Now think, if you can control yourself at the dinner table, don't you think you can also overcome the comfort of your bed to rise for Fajr? The answer is yes, you certainly can. A practical way to apply this daily. 1. Start your meal with Bismillah, remembering it is a blessing from Allah. 2. Chew every bite slowly, reflecting that it is a mercy from your Lord. 3. And once you feel your hunger is satisfied, stop eating, even if food remains on the plate. These small steps are the very first steps to gaining control over your nafs. But this is just the beginning. Are you ready for the next step? The second step is, leave your bed at dawn. Dear viewers, have you ever found yourself in a situation when the alarm rings at Fajr time and suddenly a conflict begins inside you? On one side, your sleep is telling you to stay in bed, while on the other side, a faint inner voice is trying to wake you up. That is the moment when your nafs al-lawama tries to call you towards the right path. But at the same time, your nafs al-amara, the commanding nafs, the evil inclinations, tries to silence that voice. Here you must decide, will I give preference to my desires or to my true purpose? Allah Ta'ala says in the Qur'an, "But you prefer the worldly life while the hereafter is better and everlasting. Surah Al-A'la, verses 16 to 17. This principle does not apply only to Fajr prayer, it applies to every field of life. Think about it. When you can overcome the desire for sleep, won't you also be able to prioritize the needs of others over your own desires? Won't you also be able to control your nafs when making life's bigger decisions? This self-control is the very strength that not only wakes you for prayer, but can bring success in every arena of life. So reflect, when you can reject the strong desire of sleep and rise for Fajr, this is not just a small victory on the path to success, but also a powerful expression of your spiritual strength. But remember, have you ever noticed how much change this one victory can bring? Just imagine, a person who every single morning defeats his own desires, wakes up for Allah's pleasure, and even in the cold of winter makes wudu with freezing water. Let me tell you, such a person is not only praying, but every single day he is defeating his nafs al-amara, his evil inclinations, and is moving forward on the path towards Allah's closeness. But is that enough? Not really. We must also look at our daily lifestyle. Can we not fill our lives with simplicity and contentment? Can we not reduce our desires and focus more on our true goals? Which brings us to the third step. Embrace simplicity. Dear viewers, in today's world, where there is a constant race to gain more, adopting simplicity is truly an act of courage. But do you know? Being content with little, embracing simplicity, not only helps keep our nafs under control, but is also essential for our spiritual growth. Our beloved Prophet ﷺ said, "My relationship with this world is like that of a traveler who rests under the shade of a tree for a short time and then moves on." These words remind us that our relationship with worldly life is temporary. Chasing after more possessions doesn't just make our lives complicated, it forces us to run after endless desires that never truly end. Now reflect. How many things in your life are truly unnecessary? Do those things actually bring you happiness? Or are they only fulfilling temporary cravings of your nafs? When we embrace simplicity, we remove unnecessary things from our surroundings and our hearts find peace. To adopt simplicity means freeing our hearts from desires that deceive us in this world and harm our hereafter. The fourth step is show kindness to others every day. Dear viewers, just imagine, what if you begin your day with a simple intention? Today, I will do something good for someone. It doesn't have to be a big act. It could be just a smile at someone, a kind word of empathy, or a small deed that lightens another's burden. These may seem small to you, but their effect on your heart and on correcting your desires is far greater than you think. Let me give you an easy example to make your soul happy. Suppose your cab fare comes to $20. Instead of just handing over exactly that, give the driver $30. First, pass them the $20, and then, with a smile, add another $10, saying, "Here's a little bonus for you, brother." Now notice the smile that appears on his face. Surely you'll see it. And that single smile will keep your own heart at peace for days. The Messenger of Allah ﷺ said, "Even a smile is charity." This hadith teaches us that the reward of doing something for others is not only preserved with Allah, but it also frees us from the selfishness of our nafs. In daily life, our desires often keep us trapped within our own needs. But when we do something for others without expecting anything in return, we practice breaking free from ourselves. Think about it. When you help someone in their time of hardship, at that very moment, not only is that person changed, but you too are transformed. The peace that descends into your heart, the gratitude that awakens within, it strengthens you immensely in your journey of controlling your nafs. And this journey shouldn't be just for one day. It should be every day. When you make kindness to others a part of your daily life, you'll feel that these small acts are bringing you closer to Allah while removing the selfishness of your nafs. Now reflect. If we can soften our hearts daily through acts of goodness, can we not also gain control over the other pressures of our nafs? This very reflection leads us to another important step, a practice that not only purifies the nafs, but also aligns our thoughts and actions with Allah's pleasure. Step 5. Lower your gaze. Dear viewers, today we live in a world surrounded by countless temptations. In such an environment, lowering the gaze, keeping our thoughts pure, and controlling our desires is a huge challenge. But this challenge is just as crucial as protecting our faith. Allah Ta'ala commands in the Qur'an, "Tell the believing men to lower their gaze and guard their chastity. That is purer for them. Indeed, Allah is all aware of what they do." Surah An-Nur, verse 30. This command is not just about lowering the eyes physically. It's about controlling the thoughts that enter the heart through the eyes, evil thoughts, corrupt desires. But how is this possible in today's time when every moment on social media, advertisements, billboards, and the internet throws temptations at us? This challenge has become even harder now. You might think, what harm is there in a glance? It's just looking. What's wrong if I see something bad once in a while? But remember, the Prophet ﷺ said, the zina of the eyes is looking. So the question is, can we purify our hearts by keeping our gaze pure? Reflect on this. Every time you lower your gaze, every time you ignore something that could lead you to sin, you are in fact drawing nearer to Allah. This is not just about avoiding sin, it is about training your nafs to obey Allah's commands. In my own life, there was a time when I was trying to stop myself from looking at unnecessary things on social media. It wasn't easy, but when I began using my phone the same way I use my eyes in public, meaning only for what is halal and necessary, I felt peace settle in my heart. And when you practice this, you will notice that it not only purifies your heart, but also turns your thoughts toward the pleasure of Allah. So the question is, how will you strengthen your desires? When your gaze is lowered, your thoughts become pure, and your actions are only for the sake of Allah's pleasure, then surely you will find peace in your heart, confidence, and the strength of spirituality. Now that you know you must lower your gaze and how important it truly is to do so, let us move forward toward the outcome. Dear viewers, today we are discussing 5 powerful strategies to control the desires in order to improve our lives. This is a journey that can only be successful with patience, endurance, and the help of Allah. Remember, it is the small steps that lead us to great achievements. When you try to bring change to any part of your life, it is not always easy. But Allah the Exalted says that He does not burden a soul beyond what it can bear. This means that in our struggles, we are never alone, and Allah's help is always with us. The principles you have just learned can bring not only spiritual peace, but also blessings and tranquility into your worldly life as well.